Hockey, one of my favorite sports, grew up playing. In this video, we're going to talk about how hockey actually works. I'm going to explain the ice rink itself, the playing surface, and I'm going to walk into the flow of the sport and some of the positions, things to check out. This is for Hockey 101. So if you know the sport of hockey, you may find this not interesting, but if you don't know the sport of hockey, then this is literally your guide to understanding the sport of hockey. What makes hockey special? It's the combination of skill and toughness and teamwork that gets it done. It's one of the only sports in terms of the professional league that hasn't really changed much over the last 40 years, right? It hasn't been like basketball that's gotten softer. It hasn't got like football that's gotten softer. Hockey, for the most part, has stayed a true, honest game. Obviously, you think of fighting as part of the toughness, but fighting is a great element of hockey because it's a game that polices itself. If someone on an opposing team does something stupid, yeah, they're probably going to get a penalty, but then they're also most likely going to have to fight someone. So it's a self-policing game that is honorable, toughness, Stanley Cup, NHL, incredible, Olympic hockey, which is going on right now, not the Olympics, but the face-off, the NHL face-off, the countries competing, unbelievable stuff. All right, let's jump into it. So here you got the ice rink, obviously. You have the center ice, you have offensive zone, defensive zone, depending on which way the teams are going. Both teams go both directions. Just like in football, they essentially swap out. Nonetheless, let's start off with our face-off zones, right? Obviously, we have the center ice one, then we have two in each zone. Face-offs happen in the beginning of the game, and they also happen the start of a period. Okay, but they can also happen anytime the goalie freezes the puck. And what is freezing the puck? It's when the goalie either catches it and holds it or lays on it. That's when a faceoff would be in the zone. If the shot comes from the left side and he freezes the puck, meaning he catches it or lays on it on the left side of the goal, then that faceoff would be on the left side. Sometimes you'll see a faceoff right here, here, and here, and that's with offsides. All right, so let's jump into offsides. Offsides in hockey is when a player goes over the blue line, which there's two blue lines, goes over a blue line before the puck crosses. You can't have a player just hanging out by the goalie where other players are down here fighting for the puck, and you can't just send the puck down to this one player because he would be offsides. The puck has to cross the blue line first, and then everyone else can cross. All right, icing, which is also the big rule, people get very confused, is when you are in this zone and you just shoot the puck all the way down. You can't do that. You can't just shoot the puck all the way down. You can in little leagues, but in the NHL and professional leagues, you cannot just shoot the puck all the way down. You have to cross the red line, and then you can dump the puck in. And we'll talk about the flow of the game here in a second, but dumping the puck in is very common, and you see that a lot. All right, let's jump into the personnel of a game. In terms of the players and positions in the sport of hockey, you have what's called 3 forwards and 2 defensemen, 1 goalie, okay? 6 guys on the ice, 5 on 5 theoretically, right? 5 main players on skates plus 1 goalie. 5 on 5 is what we call it, all right? And you have a few different positions within the 5, right? Number 1 is you have the center. It's the guy who's in the middle most of the time. It's the guy who takes the face-off, who competes for the puck when the ref drops the puck on the face-off circle. That's called the center position. What's interesting about the center position, he's almost like a rover where he has more defensive responsibilities and offensive responsibilities. He's usually one of the better players on the team because of the role of the center has to cover many different spaces on the defensive side and the offensive side. All right, and then on the outside you have what's called the forwards or the wingers, as people refer them to, and their job is essentially to, on the defensive zone, get the puck out, carry the puck out, and attack and go score and play very tough in the offensive zone. They are essentially the attackers of the wing formation of the 5 here. And then you have defensemen, right? You have a lefty and a right D is what we call it. But yeah, those guys are pretty much very similar other than, one shares the left side of the ice, one shares the right side of the ice, and they do crisscross where sometimes you're going to play the left, sometimes you're going to play the right. But normally you have one on the left that normally plays left and one on the right. You would only essentially crisscross if it was just the flow of the game that needed it. All right, so that's essentially the breakdown of the 5 guys. And of course, the opposing team has the exact same breakdown. So let's now get into like the flow of the sport from one end to the other. In terms of the flow of the sport, obviously the key is to not let your opponent score, but also one of the keys is for your team to control the puck. Okay, obviously you can pass the puck quicker than you can skate the puck. So another reason why it's a great game is the teamwork of passing is hugely important. And it's a fluid game, meaning that anything can change and the puck can go anywhere. So there's many different variations, many different times where you're going to need to think critically of a situation you're not normally in as a player and what to do and what to make the right play. And is your team on the same page all together? Okay, in this example, we have the red team, which is going to switch from defense to offense because this is their zone, right? So the red team's goalie would be like right here. We'll just say the goalie's right in here. Okay, and you can see this defenseman is below like the end red line, which don't even worry about the end red line, but is down here with the puck, and he's doing what's called a breakout. And a breakout in hockey is when the puck, you're transitioning where you have the puck in your defensive zone and you're breaking out of that zone to go into the offensive zone, which would be up here. Okay, because you can now see, so we have the defenseman with the puck, we have a center right here, we have a winger, and we have a winger. And this movement of sending the puck in either direction is, once again, a breakout. So in this example, we're going to have the defenseman throw it off the wall to this winger. This center is going to come up. He's going to chip the puck to this center. This defenseman's going to have to back up, and this winger is going to take essentially a stride, which is a movement in hockey, a skate, right? Up the wall with the puck, and now we're at a basic breakout. And this is the breakout you see a lot in the like Little League hockey, and then you also see it, of course, in the NHL. But there's a pass using the wall or to the winger, chip it to the center, center takes it up the zone. Now our whole team is moving, right? And of course, the opposing team is trying to get the puck back and stop this from happening. But in this use case, this is essentially the flow of the game, okay? So in this case here, we have let's just say, I'm going to kind of use these lines, but here, I'll do it a little bit better. But we have the defenseman shooting back. We have the center with the puck. This winger is going to follow suit. And now we have what's called a 3-on-2, of which I'm going to draw a little bit zoomed in here. Okay, so now we're looking at this top screen where now we have a 3-on-2, which is a type of scenario, right? It's 2-on-2, 3-on-2. And the cool thing about hockey is just essentially a bunch of mini games all together, right? 3-on-2, 2-on-2, 2-on-1, for instance. But we just had a breakout. So now everyone is jumping up. And as you can kind of see, if you're just looking at here, just imagine some of these guys chasing, but nonetheless, you have a guy with the puck right here, which would be that center that I was talking about. You have the winger right here, who's the one who passed it to the winger to get out of the zone. All right, that guy's right here. And then you have the other winger right here who just zoomed up here. And then these two guys are the defensemen that we highlighted that we're going to say that we're zooming back because they need to get back on defense because the other team is now carrying the puck towards them. So now there's a transition from offense into defense and from defense into offense here. And once again, this is the flow of the sport. And the key in any scenario is mostly to get a shot on net, to work the puck and carry the puck into a zone that gets you a shot on net. All right, there's some times where there is no ability to carry the zone because maybe the team from offense to defense shifted back enough where you just, dump the puck in. And then you go out and you go chase and you fight for it and you hope that they don't get it because if they get it, they'll break the puck out and move it down the next zone. But you try to fight in there and you do see that where they just kind of shoot the puck in. And if you're wondering why they're shooting the puck in, it's because the team didn't feel like they could carry the puck in. Okay, they didn't feel like they could carry the puck in, or the other option is that they're tired and want to get off the ice, and so they're jumping the puck in to switch with their line mates or other teammates to come on the ice. All right, but nonetheless, I'm going to break down the most simple 3-on-2 formation. This is the puck carrier. He's going to carry wide. This defenseman's going to keep dropping back, and this defenseman is going to keep dropping back. This outside winger is going to go towards the net hard. Okay, so now they're all now in the zone. This guy's going to trail a little bit, And let's just put the new X's out here. Look at that left hand. I am ridiculously amazing. Okay, here we go. So now we have essentially a new look where we have our old guys are now creeping in the zone. This guy's guarding him. This guy's wide open. This guy's got him. He does a pass over to this guy. This guy carries in and gets a shot on net. Hard to describe, but nonetheless, that is the flow of the sport. It's getting the puck in your defensive zone, breaking it out, tacking with speed up the middle of the ice, carrying it into the opponent's defensive zone, otherwise known as your offensive zone, finding a pass for a guy who's open in some type of combination like this, whether it's 3-on-2 or 2-on-2 or 2-on-1, and then finding a great look and a great shot on net. That is literally hockey 101. It's a flow state, it's a flow game, all right? And there's many different nuances to it, but this is generally the main schematics of hockey 101, the basics of the basics. All right, guys, please consider subscribing. I'm making a lot of content. We did a lot of college football. Now I might get into even more hockey because I definitely love the sport. We got baseball, Beers by the Ivy coming in hot this year for our second Cubs season. So really looking forward to that too. But yes, please consider subscribing. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully this video was fun to watch. But yeah, thanks again. We'll talk soon.